Okay, great. Welcome, everybody. Here we go. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Veronica. Nice to see your faces. All right. Okay, so track link in the chat. If anybody's catching the replay, that'll be in the comments underneath. So we'll hit go together. I'm going to continue to narrate, and we're going to use this time to land, to deepen our connection with our body and just wake up our body a bit as our resource for shifting our energy here. The question on the table is, so with the premise of you being the creator of your experience, always, how do you know, what do you sense in you when you're in your power and or more in your power? What do you sense and experience within you when you're not? Okay, so just let those questions drop in. And then we're going to take it into some movement here. We're going to come back and share and go a bit deeper on that. All right, so let's hit play together. Maybe do hit play just in case you're going to get some ads. If you know you're not going to get ads, you already have an ad blocker installed, you can wait, but otherwise just hit play and make sure you work your way through the ads. Great. Okay. And then I'm going to count us in here. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And the track is Milky Way Dreamtime. Let me know, are you hearing the track at all or just my voice? Okay, you've got it on your own things. Okay, good. The track is Milky Way Dreamtime by Astarius. Okay, great. So let's just leave the computers. Let yourself move out into whatever space you have available. It doesn't need to be a lot. Let's get low to the ground. Or if you can do this sitting or standing as well, by bringing your attention down into the sensation of contact between you and ground under you. And the mantra in this moment is here, here. Here I am. Here I am. And feeling for what that means in this moment. In order to be in the fullness of our power, we have to actually be present to everything that is alive and present for us. Great, so tracing the contours of your form with your hands, feeling for your outline, feel for where you are, feel for your physical shape. Deep exhales, body weighted. Head, neck, jaw, face, heavy, relaxed. Ooh, deep sighs. Breathing into the corners of your form. Feeling for your outline and edges. Letting yourself wiggle and stretch. being honest with ourselves about the wholeness of our present moment experience, what feelings, sensations, resistances, thoughts, pleasant and unpleasant, are present. We don't need to make them bigger than they are, but we also don't want to make them smaller than they are. Wow. Wiggling out jaw, rolling and circling out neck. Wiggling out spine. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome. We've begun here. We are not quite halfway through a particular track here that we're moving to. I'm going to share it with you. All right. Guess you can go ahead and open this track. We're settling into body, into form, into exactly where you are, becoming aware, opening into whatever is present for you in this moment. So if you go ahead and open that track, follow the link I just put in the chat. And we are currently 4 minutes and 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 seconds in. So as long as you're about there with us. Oh, that's it. Keep deepening the breath. Let the vibration of the sound ripple through your system, opening up cells, opening up joints. Relax eyes, relax brain, relax the gray matter of the brain. Let yourself yawn. Great. Then let's start to reflect on, okay, before we even come into the questions that I had prompted before, which I will remind you again, dropping into what do you want out of this time, and be demanding, be reach for something. Don't just settle for a little bit or a tiny adjustment in your day. Really go for a result or an insight that would be satisfying for you. Claim it. That's it. Keep the breath flowing. Keep using hands to trace and find and feel the outline of your form. Use the press of your body weight down into ground. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Notice if and when your mind wants to settle or find a sort of fixedness or rigidity, and just keep it moving, keep it flowing. Let it be there, let it change. Rippling through spine, breathing into all corners of the lungs, expanding the rib cage in the front and back, rolling out shoulders, circling through neck and jaw. Wow. Wiggling out muscles of face. Feel for the back surface of your body. Great. Okay, then starting to drop in the question, when I'm in my power, what does that feel like? When I'm in the knowing that I'm the one creating this experience, when I'm in that knowing, what does it feel like in my body, in my cells, in my mind and thoughts, in my heart, in my chest? What does that feel like? And don't know, discover. You know what you know, what don't you know? Breathing into back space. Let the answers find you, and whatever comes is whatever comes. Whatever comes is the answer. And then take it further from there. That's it. Keep breathing into joints, circling out hips, pelvis, legs, toes, ankles. Deepening breath, circling through. Wow. Stretching jaw, stretching hips. Press into earth. Sorry, you're probably getting that on the mic. That's it. Where is there stuckness or stiffness? Breathe in, wiggle in, insist with gentle presence. We're not pressing on it. We're staying consistent in our attention. Consistent in our attention without judgment, with curiosity and presence. Great, okay, and letting that come to a close. Okay. Letting that come to a close. Just let yourself pause or rest into stillness for a moment. Close eyes. Use hands to support your awareness to rest inward inside the outline of your body. Again, feel your outline, feel the wholeness of what and who you are. All of the resources you need are here already. It's like playing a video game and you do have all of the resources, tools, health, everything required you have. Great, then let's just bring the mind back to the original, or back to the question of what are you wanting out of this experience? Okay, and go ahead and share that in the chat. What are you wanting out of this experience? And then we're also going to share, well, I'll prompt you once that's done. Go ahead and share that one first. What are you wanting out of this experience? Good, and notice just also as you engage with the computer and type and think again, just keep breathing into the wholeness of your form and your body. Whatever comes is whatever comes, go with that. First answer is best. Start there, start there. Great. Veronica says, better knowing what I want of what I want and trusting that, being more in touch and more decisive. Great. Great. So what would you say you are wanting now today for you? And I love both something abstract and something specific. So it might be something like more joy or more rest. And then name it also specifically. What is the specific desire there? For example, a nap, to like go out, you know. Great. Sarah, vitality, a renewed sense of growth, health, and healing of the adult version of me. I sense I have been doing a lot of the soothing of the child here in my childhood home. Yes. And my old room. Yes, that's going to be going to bring up all sorts of things. So I will go forward with creating more of the who I am now from the unknown. I want to find a profound level of self-intimacy. I'm going to a movie theater tonight and watching something that I would never watch in public before, an adult film. Love it, Sarah. Great. Bold creating. I'd be interested to hear you describe what that intimacy is. That's moving into the next question here, which is basically, how do I know? How do you know when I'm in my power? And I think for you, the more potent word is that self-intimacy. How do I know when I'm in that space of true self-intimacy? Right, right. So there's a connection to emotion. And let me read what you said for others or anybody watching replay. Sarah says, moving forward, how I know when I am with myself, I usually get emotional, tears, or laughter. So, yeah, when we're connected to our heart, often that expression is much more free and flowing. There's also going to be quiet ways that you feel connected or in that space of intimacy. And I'd be curious what you know about those quiet spaces of being intimate with yourself so far. Great. And Rhonda, I'd love to hear from you here as well. What are you wanting out of this space, out of this time, out of your life, if you want to go that grand? And then, so kind of Sarah's edging into the next prompt here, which is, how do you know when you're in a place of power within yourself? How do you know that? Veronica says, I want more joy to go out for the America's Best ice cream. Awesome. Great abstract and concrete there. I want more confidence and trust in my decision and to decide on my new place to rent after the viewing we have scheduled today. Great. Okay, so a couple things here. What builds the confidence and trust in your decision is I want to say the confidence and trust in your decision, right? Because what pulls away from it is the voices that say or think that we're making a wrong choice. So it's for us to know and remember there is no wrong choice. The moving forward moves us forward. And you know what you know We often don't want to honor the knowing that's on the edge of our field. So that's another question I want to ask the group. I'm going to save it for a moment here, but and do feel free to ask questions here if I'm not making a sense or you're not quite understanding what I mean. So the knowing on your edge, on the edge of your field, is the knowing that is asking you to be bolder and take risks that you have not yet taken. And that is scary. That stretches who you think you are and often risks a paradigm of emotional, an unconscious old paradigm of emotional safety. So I would love to hear from everybody. We'll go into it now. What is the knowing on the edge of your field? In other words, what's the knowing that you are lying to yourself about currently, or kind of saying, I'm confused about this, or I don't know, or I don't have the answers? What is that? What is that topic? And what is the knowing that if you were really honest with yourself, it is true and you do need to do X or Y or Z? I'll give a concrete example here in a moment. I wanna catch up on what other people are saying here. Okay, so Rhonda is saying connection with self and trust with others and those in position of authority. Okay, so Rhonda, I'd love to hear why don't you trust yourself and those in positions of authority? Outline that for yourself here. Bring more clarity to that, because that's key in building the trust. Building isn't quite the right word. In deciding that your reality is trustworthy no matter what. Okay, Sarah. Quiet spaces of discovery and self-intimacy are when I'm moving towards desire and finding something new. Gorgeous. Quiet places include smelling my cat's fur and burying my face in it, going to smell a rose, choosing boldly who I am and what I offer others in the form of my essence, and does not take away from me, it enhances me. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, Sarah. So that's great. So where is the how can you move the needle to be more in that space more of the time? Where is your current place of growth, learning, glitch? And what is the new choice to be made to allow or bring yourself into that space of intimacy more of the time? Great. Okay, I'm trying to remember the question I asked before that. Oh yeah, that I was going to give an example for. Okay, here's an example. So in my life right now, I'm a little bit, I've been kind of incremental growth, but a little bit circling around a few key patterns that involve basically prioritizing others over myself. Only that's not actually true. I'm prioritizing them because I think I'm getting something that I need. So it's still me prioritizing me, but in a distorted way. The knowing that I had, that I have been delaying admitting to myself, is knowing that I need to make different choices in terms of my time. And I have to choose differently in those moments to not just fall into, oh yeah, let's talk another 20 minutes or whatever. I have to choose differently in those moments to say, no, I'm hanging up now, or I'm not going to respond or look at my phone now. And a big part of me doesn't want to do that because it feels like, I'm not going to say a big part of me, I'm going to say part of me, because it feels like I'm going to lose something. It feels scary to not do that because I might get abandoned, I might not be loved, I might not be wanted. And what moves the needle is me reminding myself what I am actually on about, what I actually want. And I have to, in those moments, make the connection that my hanging up the phone is the best, nourishing, most generative action for everybody in the room. I have to know that I'm doing it because it's actually what is going to move us each into glory. Okay, I'll pause there, but that's a kind of concrete example from my life. All right. Where is my knowing on the edge of knowing? Or have I been lying to myself or luring? That's a good way of putting it. Where have I been luring myself away from my desires through confusion? I've been fooling myself to think that people require my connection, and I know that they want my full transformative power. Beautiful. Sounds like a different version of what I'm navigating as well. So, what is the commitment to you may get there. Let me keep reading. But what I'm curious about is, what is the commitment to yourself? What is the new commitment to yourself instead of thinking that people require your connection? Okay, my desires are to get paid for my genius and skills. And yet I am still afraid and shy away from making the offer. And now I will make the offer and not care if it alienates connection and learn how to gracefully refine this. Beautiful. I love it. I've seen that a block with money shows up where I am impatient around it. And if I seem to not have any of it, I tend to panic. Yeah. Panic pattern is leaving me quickly in favor of creation. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful, Sarah. So do you have concrete actions here in terms of maybe there's people in your reality right now that you will make an offer to? Okay, and then Veronica and Rhonda. So Rhonda, you've got the question of what are you afraid of, right? If they don't live up to your trust, if you don't live up to your trust, what happens? What's the outcome your system is really not wanting? And then also both Veronica and Rhonda, I'd love to hear what do you sense? Let's put it this way. What do you sense is a knowing that is actually a knowing that you're keeping as a maybe or an if or a confusion, rather than admitting to yourself that it's a knowing? Because that's how we water down our intuition. We water down our intuition, we water down our power by muddying the information we receive. And we muddy it because if it was clear and potent, we need to act on it. And when we act on it, our life changes for the better, but that is still scary to the human system. Or tends to be. Okay, I will, but it is slow going because not many people are at the edge of receptivity to my offers, is your sense. I may be changing directions as well to other supports. I am unsure at this point. I feel like white noise similar to what is seen on old TVs, which is why I'm here. Okay, great. Yeah, so then we know if there's white noise, there's lies. And so it's useful to get clear on what is the reality that I absolutely do not want, because that's where your system is going. And there's a lie in that, because there is no outcome that you need to do this against, right? That's the protective pattern, and lies lie in protective patterns, which doesn't mean we fall into giving ourselves the negative experience. It means we pull out the both what we truly want and the fear from that tangle. We pull them apart and view them separately. And when the fear is seen separately, we can understand it's not true, and we can make that conscious choice to move towards what we want. Okay, Rhonda. Betrayal and abandonment proving unworthiness. Betrayal and abandonment proving unworthiness, right? Inner sense of calm without frustration and feeling unheard, unseen, unconditional acceptance. Creations built through openness and self-acceptance is unique and needed. Beautiful. Enable self and others to embrace and step into who they truly are and loving themselves. Great. Okay, so Rhonda, what is required here is for you to know that no matter what outcome transpires, unworthiness is not true. And we build that knowing in ourselves by allowing ourselves to have the emotional experience. We go down the course of what if. So what if everybody betrays and abandons you? What if? So what? You must allow yourself to go to the fullness of the emotional reaction, holding yourself through that emotional reaction. That's what builds your capacity to know that Rhonda is there for Rhonda, no matter what. And then the kind of worst case scenario, the bad situation that is holding power in your field dissolves, and you get to choose to move directly into that which you want. So I'd love to hear your sense to action that is on the table for you that is moving in the face of the fear and towards what you want. Right. Sarah, that's beautiful. Sarah's suggesting, in terms of wanting to be seen, Rhonda, you can move the needle on that right now by simply turning on your camera. Powerful suggestion, Sarah. Okay, Veronica, I want to go back to your last one here, and then we're going to move back into movement and yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so I sense, Veronica, in your desire to find the new place to rent after the viewing you've scheduled today. I sense some fear of what I would say child in your field of like, I want the thing settled. Okay, it's like we don't have it settled, and so you don't want to be choosing a place out of that energy. You want to be choosing a place out of the I am having what I want, and and I will have it. And yes, if it comes today, excellent. And you do get to play with your relationship with time and creation by setting the boundaries. But when we set the boundaries out of panic or a certain degree of need to nail it down, it's not going to happen. Okay, so let yourself be in limbo. Limbo is a beautiful, potent place to be. And Rhonda, fear of ugliness is extreme. Great. Great. So I would love for you, Rhonda, today to show up as ugly. Let yourself relate to yourself as ugly and love yourself anyways. Let ugliness be there. And and or whatever else in your field you currently think of it as ugly, decide you're going to have an experience today of relating to, of having ugliness arise in your field, simply noticing your system's very likely to still have a oh response. You just bear witness to that. You say, okay, now, you know, a fear response in relationship to ugliness. And then you stand in and you look deeper at that thing that is ugly. Look deeper and the beauty will emerge. Right. So Veronica, you're not blanking. Many thoughts have come and you've just been like, no, it's not that, it's not that, you know. So so just name those. This is guidance is always there. The next piece of the puzzle is always there. We just dismiss it, we discount it. Good, Rhonda. Mask isn't nearby to put on easily. Nobody wants your mask. Not even you. And not even the people who are going to act like they want your mask. They think they want your mask. You think you want your mask, but nobody actually wants it. So so we'd love to see. Bring on your ugliness. Sarah's actually an expert in ugliness. Or the nature, part of the nature of who she is this, the power of repulsion. There's a pure power in that. Okay, we're going to go back into movement. Again, Rhonda, it's a powerful time to turn on your video, okay? Great, move that thought into action. So I appreciate it. It's the power of choosing that action now will change your life. Yeah, Sarah's exactly right. When we're really pushing against something, there's a lot of power locked in that. Your own power and your own nature and your own truth is locked in, stuck in whatever you're pushing against. When you can move directly into it, it is the most life-affirming action possible. Okay, let's go back into movement here. And here's what we're doing, okay? I'm gonna actually, no, I'll share the link to this one again so that you can hear my voice clearly. It's another track. Hi, Rhonda. Good for you. Welcome. Great. Soak up the energy flowing into your system because you're letting yourself be seen. And you're not dying. Okay, great. There's the track. Let's go ahead and open that up. We don't really need to be timed for this. So just go, I'll count in anyways, but it's okay if you're before or after. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. It's kind of a slow beginning. Okay, and we're going to stand up for this one. Good, and just shake out your whole system, rattle it to whatever degree you can today. Shake it out. Let it move, rattle. Stomp those feet, shake your spine, shake your butt cheeks, shake your arm. We're rattling around that stale energy. Rattle it. Breathe it out. Big exhales. Good. Brush it off, toss it out, brush it down your spine, your back body. Really swipe it off, clear it off. Exhales with it. We do not fucking need that anymore. Get it off. That's it. Give your sternum a rub down. Maybe use nails or fingertips. Wake up that heart center. Good. Your back body, rub those kidneys, your digestion. Love on your womb a little bit. Love on your pelvis and your pelvic floor. These thighs, that's it. Send love into this form. Your face, your eyes, your jaw, your nose. Toss out, brush off what you don't need. Exhale it and rub in. Love in, send in what you do. Great. Okay, then let's bring hand to belly, hand to heart, or if your hands are called to be elsewhere, let them rest elsewhere. Good. Find a nice wide stance. And actually first let's move the hands and just embrace your own form. Embrace. Embrace. Face, jaw, neck, throat, heart, lungs. This is I am wondrous. This is I am the culmination of evolution so far. Evolution of the universe, of infinite forces, have culminated in who I am right now. Wow. Every impulse alive in me holds value and information. Good. And I invite you to repeat these as I'm saying them for yourself, or find your own variation on them. Every question I have, I receive the answers for. I don't need to know how. I simply need to get to move into and towards what I am wanting. My desires are a sacred force. My desires are the sacred force of the universe unfolding. I honor them with every resource I have. Good. Then reflecting on what you shared today and what has come up for you, let a statement of the experience you are going to give yourself from here forward, let that emerge for you. And say that out loud for yourself at least 3 times. Mine today is, as an example, I am choosing to honor the impulse that emerges from within me over what I think others want or need from me in the moment, every time, with absolute devotion. Great, then let your body take a shape that represents this statement for you. Let your body find and take a shape. It doesn't have to make any logical sense. Or maybe it's a series of movements. Breathe into it. Let the body find its way into the shape that's powerful. Great. Then breathe into this shape. Feel every part of your body participating. Toes, soles of feet, crown of head, back surface of body, pelvic floor, womb, heart, lungs, neck, throat, eyes, crown. Breathe into this. Let it fulfill. Great. One more breath. Great. And as you let your body start to come out of the shape, but maintain the knowing, maintain the decision, maintain the commitment to yourself. Great. And just find a gesture of bow or thanks or acknowledgement. You're bowing to your own commitment to your journey and your heart here, because your honoring of that is how you honor each of us in this room most fully. Great. And emerging from that, great. So let's anchor in that last statement that you found for yourself by listing it in the chat. And then I would invite you to, or if you're, if you're needing to, or you're moved to hold it in your body here in this moment, you do what your mission is to follow your impulse, right? So my words are here to direct and prompt and land, and you follow your impulse. I invite everybody to name that in the chat, your new decision coming out of this experience. And then to create an anchor for yourself in your space. We often talk about these in the world of Kala, who I work with, as poster notes. And it's like, okay, what is your poster note for yourself out of this experience? Great. Great, Rhonda. Excellent. And I think you can take it even further than that in either making it more specific in terms of what that means, and or phrase it in the present. I am creating space each day for true self to show up and be seen and heard. Beautiful. Okay. And Rhonda, I'm just remembering the point of this whole journey, or one of the points of this whole journey, is to invite, well, and Veronica, I would love for you to also apply. I realize I have been hesitating because My mind is holding on to certain pieces of your reality that I think I know, and I don't think that's actually serving you. So I'm going to put a link in the chat here. Just give me a moment. Okay, and I would love for everybody here to schedule a call. Okay, and let's take this further. Let's take this into how your reality is shaping and forming, and how you are shaping and forming it. Okay, there is more possible and accessible to you than you realize. How do I know that? Because that is law. Because infinite resources are there. They're there always. Okay, so please go ahead and fill out the form, book a time, and I'll have a look at the form and we'll take it from there as to whether we actually have the conversation. But I would bring me pleasure to speak with each of you there and see each of you step into even greater degrees of living the fullness of your power, your grace, your capacity here on this earth, and having also the tangible rewards of that. Okay. All right. Okay. Much love to each of you. Have beautiful days. And yeah, I'm proud of you, proud of myself. And thank you for joining. We'll see you soon. Okay. Bye.